a lot kind of happened. You'd woken up in the middle of the night to discovering some lights going on down inside of the forest, and in fact, as everybody got up to leave, and three of you were left behind in camp. It was Arik, Ati, and Laverna left behind in camp. Remember this because I just typed this down right here, where it's a quote where from Ati when Eric had said, "Hey, they're getting up and they're leaving," and Ati goes, "Of course they fucking are." um, you guys reconvene and make your way through the forest to discover a tavern. Upon uh, investigating the tavern, you could discern from the outside that there was some voices going on inside. People seemed to be drinking and talking, having a good time. And when you entered the tavern, that's exactly what you discovered. Is there were a few people sitting at their respective tables, drinking, laughing with each other. They invited you in, and a couple of you went and sat down and had some drinks and played some gambling games. Hesa made off like a bandit out of there, practically robbed these poor people blind, while everybody else just kind of either sat at the door to keep guard or went and took a seat up at the bar. After some drinking and some gambling and robbing the unsuspected blind, a figure approached. And as it dismounted its horse, it was recognized as one of the wraiths that were chasing you through the beginning forest. It didn't seem threatening at this time. In fact, it just seemed like it wanted to enter the tavern until Bardyrn turned and hit it. And it turned and it made an attack back, and the battle raged on for a good little while until finally this dark celestial being was dispatched with haste. As it was dispatched, the horse that it was riding turned and took off into the forest, not to be seen again. And as it did that, the door to the tavern slammed shut. When the door was opened, you no longer saw the forest on the other side of the threshold. What you saw was another dungeon, another room. You all decided to make camp there and barricade yourselves in just to make sure that nothing could sneak up on you through the door. And that is where we are picking up today. Everybody, you guys just got done moving the chairs and the tables to barred up the door. And now you kind of have like an empty space in the middle of the tavern where if you wish, you can set up your bedrolls. You can make a little camp if you really wanted to. Just don't burn the tavern down with you inside of it. That would suck. So this is where we find our adventures picking up.
I say Hesa's toddled around one of her gypsy bottles.
Hasa's doing what?
Hesa's like, because she's a little depressed and she's just drinking. So she's kind of like, she's coddling one of her gypsy wine bottles and
Okay.
sleeping like the princess that she is.
Okay. All right. Let's move our way around the table. Ati, what are you doing now that the tavern's all boarded up?
Ati had discovered the door leading into the next area, so I think he would have set up as a taking first watch near that door.
Okay. And then Bardyrn, what is Bardyrn doing?
Seeing Ati kind of take the first watch, Bargens is kind of gonna be sleeping more of the night till he takes up second watch. But during the little time he has before going to bed, he does clean off his sword, just kind of keeping his equipment nice and ready, keeping the rust off, that kind of stuff.
Okay. And I don't know if I answered this earlier, but if you did want to switch classes over to Barbarian, I'm fine with that. I kind of feel like moving from like fighter to Barbarian's not that big of a deal, you know?
I think I'll multi-class later on.
Okay. We can do that too. Um, Ren, what about you?
Ren has kind of propped themselves up against the bar with their back. They're facing the door outward, but with their back to the edge of the bar. Posted up in their dormant sentinel state, just kind of watching, voices occasionally muttering something under their breath every now and then. A little worried for what's behind the door and what might be in this next dungeon.
That's fair.
Right. And I keep forgetting that our little auto gnome doesn't sleep. Okay, Zuki, what about you?
Zuki would probably be, since he was kind of with the first watch before we all went to this cabin. Zuki's definitely going to be sleeping. Sprawled out probably on top of the bar. Just like my space.
Okay.
Being a cat, knocking glasses off. That sort of thing.
Okay. I can respect that. I'm gonna say, just for like rest of the like party's sake, that Eric would probably be with you also sleeping. Um, even though I know that he wasn't that drunk, like he's probably he would probably still be by your side. And until she gets here, like she just texts me she's on her way. Until Laverna gets here, we're just gonna say that her character just zoomed her sitting position at the bar, and we'll say that she slunched over the bar, and she's like, so she's sitting on a stool, just like slunched over the bar, passed the fuck out.
Yeah.
So those of you who are taking first watch, which is really right now is like Ahti, but we do have our auto gnome that even though he's in his dormant state, like I assume that he's still pretty well aware of what's going on around him.
100%.
Okay. As the night goes on, nothing really happens that piques your interest. However, is that if there is like a chance that you and that Ahti and Ren want to have a little bit of like role play with each other, now would be the time.
I don't know if I have anything specific. Is it, have we necessarily made it clear that Ren isn't actually sleeping during these, or is it just a Ren known thing?
I think thus far it's been just a random thing for how
Yeah.
Make a history check. Let's see if you know anything about autognomes.
17.
So you would from your travels, especially being in the army, autognome is something that you do know about. You're pretty sure that they don't sleep, but you know that they do some form of like rest. But as far as your knowledge is that they don't really sleep.
Even knowing that, I think Atsi would probably still kind of just keep watch and let Ren do their thing, since even if they're not sleeping, he's assuming they're in some sort of like
Rest mode.
meditative, restorative sort of thing. Yeah.
Okay. Respectable. I like that about Ahti. As the night goes on, let's have the both of you make a perception check.
Mm,
24 for Ahti.
17.
Both of you, from outside the door, you can hear something. It's hard to discern what it is. At first, it kind of sounds like maybe you hear some growling from the opposite side of the door, but then that fades. A couple minutes later, you hear some movement. Sounds like some footsteps. But then it goes away. It doesn't last for very long. These noises each probably last about a good minute or two, and then it goes at least a couple of minutes before you hear some noises again. At one point, you do hear a horrid screaming coming from opposite side of the door. It's not super loud, so it kind of sounds like whatever it is at least a fair distance away from the door, so sound travel and everything. But throughout the night, that's probably the most concerning thing that you've heard from all of the noises that are happening is just that horrid scream that happened.
I'm trying to remember. There wasn't windows facing that direction in the inn, right?
So yeah, where the door was when you guys came in, because as far as you know right now, there's only one door in and out, and that's the door that you came through, and there is a window on each side of the door.
Ahti would go to the window to try and inspect and see if he can discern what's going on outside.
Ren would also. I don't know how tall the windows are up from the ground, but they'd be trying.
Okay, roll investigation.
13 for Ahti.
That's a 15.
As you get close to the windows, it's hard to see through because it's the glass kind of has like this like foggy film over it, and even trying to wipe it away, it seems to make the problem worse. So you can't fully see into the room that's on the opposite side of these doors. From time to time, you kind of think that maybe you see a shadow or two move by, but nothing approaches the window.
Should we wake the others?
With us not being able to see anything coming towards the inn, I think we might be all right. If we've learned anything, is not everything is actually real here. All of the practicers of this inn seem to disappear as soon as we took out the specter, so there is no guarantee what we're hearing is even real.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm still a little on edge after that thing. So we just don't let our guard down for the night.
Agreed.
Ren just walks back to the bar, sits, just posted up. They do have their shield. They just rest their shield up against them. Just whatever may come through those doors or windows. At least you might be able to take some sort of defensive stand.
Let's see. He would go
Okay.
back to his chair over by the door with the working on his cartography with the bow kind of set up next to him for easy access.
Okay. As the night goes on, you hear the same familiar noises that you quickly got accustomed to. Just some growling every now and then, some shuffling. You don't hear a scream again. Bardyrn, were you wanting to take up second watch?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say at this time you'll start to wake up and you'll notice that where Ahti is sitting, keeping watch on the door and everything that's going around. And as you kind of like get up and stretch, you also see that your little auto gnome friend is perched up against the bar too.
I'll say when Bardyrn wakes up, it's more of a cold sweat, kind of like a nightmare was going on, but he
Okay.
doesn't really say anything or like make a noise or anything. He just kind of gets up, wipes the sweat off, and he'll kind of just take post by the door, laying his greatsword down.
Okay. Ahti, are you gonna stay up with him or are you gonna go off to bed?
Ati will go off to bed, but first, Bardyrn. We don't think that it is worth pursuing, but we have been hearing some growling, and at one point there was a scream. Red and I took a look out the windows, but nothing was within really sight of the inn here. So we assume it's probably another tactic to get us to go out into the woods, much like the succubus.
Most likely, but don't worry, I'll keep watch. If anything happens, I'll let it happen. I'll let it have what the specter had.
You'll see a slight smirk from Mati as he gives you kind of like a curt nod, bow, and then he'll go set up his bedroll and try and get a little bit of sleep.
As you watch Ahti make his way over and get his bed ready, and you still see the auto gnome perched up, not moving, just doing his thing. The night rears on. Make actually, I'm not gonna have you roll for that. You do hear similar noises to what Ahti was explaining. Some footsteps here and there, and then it'll dissipate, and then next you'll hear some growling, and then that will disappear. You'll hear some more footsteps. You don't throughout the as the night goes on, you don't recall hearing any screaming. Um, I do actually want you to make a perception check.
Okay. 22.
The
10.
Okay, so Ren, you won't be able to hear this, but Bardyrn, you definitely you can hear it, Ren, but Bardyrn, you're gonna be able to hear it better. The growling that you're hearing, it sounds more like guttural moaning. And the more you listen to it, the more you can discern that this guttural groaning seems to be coming from more than just one being. But as that guttural groaning comes in, it also leaves, and then you'll hear silence for a couple of minutes, and then it'll kind of repeat, kind of like a cycle. You'll hear at one point there'll be footsteps, at one point it'll be the growling.
Bardyrn would definitely try to pick up if it sounds like a dragon, just given his background.
Okay, make another. I'd say either. God, what sounds good? Either insight or. Actually, no, just do insight.
Insight? Okay. 21.
So at one point, the growling that you are hearing doesn't ring a bell as of dragon. There is, as it kind of cycles through its noises, there is another like deep rumble growl that you can hear that could, in your mind, possibly sound like a dragon?
Bardyrn's gonna go to the window. Is it like a pane window, or do they have like sliding open windows?
This one's just a pane window that seems to have some like foggy film over it, so it's really hard to see out the window.
You know what, Bardyrn being Bardyrn, with the thought of a dragon being on his mind, and given the nightmare he had, he's just gonna tumble straight out that window, crashing through it. He's gonna go find this fucking dragon.
The moment he walks towards
like you literally see Bardyrn, he's like, huh? Dun dun dun. Does like a fucking flip through the window, and he's dun 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 dun.
Ren goes, "Oh fuck," and hops off the bar stool, picks up the shield, and tries to hurry after Bardyrn.
Okay, are you both going through the window?
Yes.
I just imagine it's like
Rome.
I just see Aragorn from Lord of the Rings fly, like jumping, like front flip through a window, and then you see Gimli like, I'm coming.
I have a question for you, DM, as he's running out, if you don't mind.
Yes. So real quickly, Bardyrn and Ren, if you guys are going through the window, please make acrobatics checks. And then go ahead with your question.
Yeah, I just mentioned it to you.
Okay.
Oh god, I almost made a nat 20. That's a 27.
I saw 14.
Okay, give me 2 seconds.
Bardyrn-sized hole in the
I was
fucking
gonna say,
wall now.
is Rin's an advantage since there's a Bardyrn hole in there now?
Yeah, it's just a big ass hole. Not even gonna try the stealth. I literally just shattered through a window. There's no stealth is gone.
Kool-Aid Man style through the wall.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was gonna like crack a corner of the pane to like peek out. Bardyrn was like, "What?"
Fuck is the
Yeah,
window?
I was thinking like maybe slightly maybe taking a sword and cutting some glass open, but I was like, Bardyrn's not sleight of hand like that. He's just gonna plow through it.
Even just, punching through the window by itself just to look. Like, he had to go through the whole thing.
At that point, I thought about that, but at that point, I was like, fuck, he's going through the window. Like, he's already making so much noise.
It's too good. It's too good.
That's the fucking gift.
Okay, so with Bardyrn and Ren Bardyrn just Kool-Aid Man's through. Like, I'm not even gonna say you make it through the window. You make it through the wall. You Kool-Aid yourself way through that wall.
Okay, so now there literally is just a Bardyrn hole.
Yeah, it's just a Bardyrn-shaped hole.
Comes running as fast as their little legs will carry him after him. Shield in hand.
Yeah, basically, Bardyrn just punches wall.
I'm going to say that with this loud ruckus, everybody has definitely woken up.
Oh, Bardyrn's just hauling ass towards the noise.
Okay.
T would make a comment. I mean, he did tell me he was going to do the same thing to anything he heard, like it was a specter, so I'm not surprised.
I will say during the night, I forgot to mention this part, but if Ren was awake enough, Bardyrn, if you were listening enough, you could hear Bardyrn sobbing.
Aww.
I did not realize. I will have to act upon that later. Thank you for letting us know.
You're welcome. Yeah, I imagine in that gift, that's just the rest of the party looking as Bardyrn runs off into distance. They're just like, what the fuck?
Okay. Sorry, I had to make some final decisions
That's fair.
because I wasn't expecting the crashing through the wall. Although I should have known better. I kind of knew better, but this is not exactly what I expected you to do, Bardyrn.
To be fair, we did murk a specter on site, and we confirmed afterwards that it was in fact not the specter we needed to kill.
I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, but also Bardyrn heard dragon, Bardyrn's in full dragon slaying armor. What did you expect?
Yeah, and I didn't plan for you guys to murk the wraith either. Like that, I should have known better. Okay, so am I? So I'm sorry. They crashed through the wall. Ahti, will you tell me what you're doing again?
Atsi just made a sarcastic comment about how he shouldn't have been surprised that Bardyrn uh, ended up doing something like that because he had said he would do the same thing to anything he heard, as if it was a specter. At which point
Okay,
he would begin following through the Bardyrn-sized hole as well.
Yeah,
There's
that was
not
going to be my next question: is if you're following him or not.
yeah.
Zuki, what about you? Like you were taking your cat nap, and all of a sudden you hear this gigantic crash, which I'm sure knocked you off of whatever pedestal you were sleeping on as you leaped into the air. What are your reactions, and what are you doing about this?
Yeah, I would probably tumble right off the bar and get up to my feet and be like, "What the heck?" And look and see the Bardyrn size hole and stuff, like literally right next to the door, and be like, just shaking my head. Really? Door and windows better. Okay. And I grab my stuff and follow after.
Door, windows better.
There was no time to debarricade the door. The window was the best option.
To be fair, he is right. I can't even argue with that. It's like, no, that's fair.
It's like, no, wait, he's got a point.
If you have not done a long rest yet and you need to, I highly recommend it. Okay. So, Bardyrn, as you go barreling into this room, you once again you do instantly notice that this is no longer the forest. You have just ran directly into another portion of the dungeon. This one, however, looks different. As you go into the dungeon, the ceilings are a lot higher. It almost resembles like walking into a cave. Ahti, you quickly notice that this is not the same room that you saw when you first opened the door.
Well,
Bardyrn, as you come running to I'm sorry, go ahead, Ahti. I didn't mean to cut you off.
good to know that this doesn't consistently stay the same area, so I guess it's always a surprise.
Bardyrn, as you come running into the middle of the room and the rest of your companions catch up to you, you're able to look around and actually see how tall this cave area is. It looks like the ceilings reach up rather high. Like this room is meant to house something big, which kind of sends that little like excited twinge down your spine.
Oh yeah, he feels his revenge boiling. He's like, this could fit a dragon.
As everybody else comes into the center of the room, you haven't seen anything yet. What are your guys' reactions to now this giant cave? You haven't seen this yet.
Ren would look very concerned at Bardyrn, not knowing why they went running through the wall in the first place. What the hell are you doing? Why are we here?
I heard a
happened?
dragon.
Are you sure?
It sounded like one.
It sounded like one.
I
Did you
think.
see it? Did you see it through the window?
No, but I swear I sounded like one.
Okay, but we didn't see it, so why did we come bursting out so loud?
Well, to be fair, I really just do not like dragons. I have a quest about killing as many as I can. So, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Well, do you think there's one in there?
Like I said, it sounded like one.
As you say this, you kind of feel like a slight rumble through the earth where you're standing.
Oh yeah, he is just sword drawn and ready.
I'm going to give everybody else time to react.
He says cuddling up to a pillow and a blanket right now.
Right. Zuki, do you want to react to that rumble you just felt beneath your paws?
Oh, helps if I actually unmute myself. Yeah, Zuki would be filling it and stuff, and just like, okay, maybe Bardyrn's not just crazy and having a nightmare, and get ready and pull out my rapier and stay watch.
And Ahti, as you see everybody else start to ready their weapons, you feel another faint rumble from beneath your feet.
Ahti would also draw his bow and then be doing his best to discern uh, where it's coming from. Maybe doing like that Aragon ear to the ground to see if you could tell how far off it is in relation to us.
Okay, make a. What would that be? Like survival or.
I think that one would make sense because it's like tracking.
Yeah,
Yeah, survival, perception, either or.
yeah. In fact, yeah, you can do either or.
Dirty
Oh.
20 with survival.
Ahti, as you get down and you press your ear to the ground, and you could feel and hear that rumble come through the earth. It doesn't really feel to you like whatever it's that rumble is coming from is on the ground. And in fact, as your ears press to the ground and you feel a rumble again, a little little bits of dirt and rock land on the side of your face.
He would immediately look up.
Oh
And as you
shit.
Waiting to
look,
see the fucking spider eye from Ocarina of
Yeah.
Time looking down at him.
Yeah.
as you look up towards the top of this cave, you feel the rumble again. It's getting louder, it's getting heavier, it's getting more consistent. And at this point, everybody else can notice that there's some specks of dust and rock and debris falling from above you. As the rest of you look up, something bright seems to be coming out of one of the crevices of the cave. The rumble continues, and through what looks like an opening in the wall of the ceiling of the cave, you see at first some claws come out. And as it starts to emerge, you start to realize how large this thing is. And as one big, gaily snout comes peeking its way through, Bardyrn, you instantly recognize this as an ancient solar dragon.
Oh, he's running. Ancient, he's running.
Time to leave back into the Bardyrn hole.
It's like a CR-23 fucking monster. He's hauling ass.
Bardyrn's like, I want the heat, but I don't
That thing's
want
like a lesser god in power. I don't know. No, Bardyrn's like, yeah, bring it on.
Oh man.
Oh god, so he's really not running?
As this now massive dragon comes crawling out and it sees you.
Wait, what kind of dragon? It was solar?
It was a solar dragon.
Ooh.
As it comes crawling out and it spots you, it doesn't. It seems to stay up on the ceiling as it uses its claws to dig into the side of the wall and crawl its way down. It is now on the wall opposite to you as it bends its neck up to look at you. And
He's
with
gonna. Oh, keep going.
with one giant roar, all of you can feel the breath coming out of this dragon's mouth. Roll initiative.
Bardyrn's gonna speak draconic to it. Get ready to die, you fucking ugly, loving lizard.
Oh
Dragon-
shit!
The dragon hears this and
So
rears its head back at you as it kind of scoffs, and you hear back in draconic. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah, you're gonna pay, bitch.
We shall see. Okay, 1 second.
I like how you pull out the big bad evil from my backstory and throw it in front of me.
After I had to. It with you crashing through the wall like that, I had to.
Oh my god.
He's like,
Okay.
actually, that was originally 10 sessions from now, but
But okay, I need 20 to 25.
Haza has 21 for the first time.
Okay. What about 15 to 20?
I got a 15.
16.
Okay, so I heard Ren at 16 and Bardyrn at 15.
Yerp.
Was there anybody else in that category? Okay, let's do the 10 to 15 range.
I'd see it 10.
Okay. And then Zuki, what were you?
9.
Perfect. I need my calculator because math sucks. Let me switch up the music that we are listening to.
Oh yeah, we need some battle music.
I was like, that's what that sounds like. We did.
kind of nervous that Hazel has the first initial for the first time.
Hell yeah.
Hazel, this is the time to actually use an AoE.
Yeah. Bring this motherfucking thing down to the ground. The one creature Bardyrn can't snuggle is this thing.
It can snuggle struggle your ass though.
Yeah, it's gargantuan. It can literally fling my ass like across the universe.
Wait, is that how big it is? It's gargantuan.
Technically by the stat block, it's gargantuan. Most ancients are actually.
Oh my god.
I've looked at so many dragon stat blocks.
They are
Did
indeed
everybody
cool.
hear that okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm like I'm picturing Bardyrn and like the Matthew McConaughey from Reign of Fire sort of vibe right at this moment. Like just trying to throw down with as many
Yeah.
dragons as he can.
Okay, guys. You are now face to face with what looks like a very old dragon. He is fairly large. He almost takes up the space of the entire room. The lucky thing is that it doesn't appear like he's going to be able to fly very much.
That's good.
Yeah, how big is this motherfucker?
He's big.
Like, give me some height and width kind of. Is he a girthy?
I'm trying to like actually see what D&D 5e has for like, but he's big. Like
Gargantuan, I think, is like 30 plus. So it can be like anything bigger than 30 feet.
and we'll keep him at a we'll keep him at a good 30 feet. He's pretty big. He's like the size of like 3 school buses.
So he's large.
He's a chunky boy.
How? So we're in a. It's a massive cave, right? That has like some.
Bad
protruding
boy.
tunnels.
It's pretty big. It's a pretty big cave. However, the dragon he's not like as big as the cave, obviously, but there doesn't like he's not gonna have like any room to fly around, so his wings are kind of useless.
Okay. Okay.
But his breath attack could still AoE everybody.
Yeah, the whole fucking room. Here's like a human versus his size.
Hesa,
Oh man.
you are up first.
Perfect. So Bardyrn,
Yeah.
you kind of start to feel something kind of shaking and twitching
I know.
on your waist. As you look over, there is an oil lamp on your waist.
Okay.
Purple smoke starts to come out of the top of it as Hesa just appears outside with
What?
outside of the oil lamp that she stealthily equipped to you as she's been sleeping next to
Okay.
you.
Oh god. I guess that is good security, so.
I know, right? And Hesa kind of looks at the dragon. She goes, "Why can we not just go one day without trouble?" Let's get ready as she starts to rub her crystal ball. She's like, "You want a dragon? I'll show you a dragon." As like inside of her crystal ball as it floats in the air, you actually start to see the eye of a dragon on the inside. As the crystal ball starts to shake and lightning starts to form around it, you see like a draconic hand come out of the crystal ball, and then another one as she's going to summon a draconic spirit
Okay.
at level 5. So the armor class for this bad boy is 19.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dragon.
Let me see here. It is going to be this one. This is a solar one, right?
Mhm.
What's a good opposite for solar? Can I roll a history check, or what can I roll to have an idea of like what's a good opposite?
If you
against-
say that out loud, Bardyrn would reply, but I'm just asking.
Oh, you choose one of its damage resistance. Okay. She's gonna make it resistant to So is solar like fire, Clarissa?
It's radiant, technically.
Yeah, it's radiant.
Okay, then she'll just make it resistant to radiant damage. And you guys just watch as like this dragon pulls itself out of her tiny ass fucking crystal ball. Like it looks like a fucking cartoon trying to come out of a small little chest. As right now we have a dragon on our side. And it's gonna start out with a it's gonna be a dexterity. It's gonna do a breath attack of its own, and it has to be a dexterity check of 15.
Okay, that is.
Did you summon it in a way so that when it uses this breath attack that everybody else is out of the way of it?
It's in front of us.
Okay.
No,
Wow.
we're gonna do this the Hesa style. She's gonna send it behind us and then let it just fly.
Oh my god.
So it rolled a 12.
Yes. Perfect. That is fantastic. So I was trying to find a good summon gift, but this will just have to do. Anyway. It takes only 9 damage at a level 5 spell. That seems kind of whack. Let me see here. Oh, all right. It takes 9. It takes 9 radiant damage.
Oh no.
No.
So it just fires out a gold beam of radiant as it because apparently so it says Dragon in the Hells the damage of a type this dragon has resistance to. The creature takes 2d6 damage of the type this dragon has resistance to, and it's resistant to radiant damage, so therefore it fires radiant damage.
Okay.
And then, because it works alongside me, and I summoned it. Hesa's gonna get a little further back now with Haas. Haas and her are gonna run to the back of the line, basically.
Okay, so you're moving back behind the party.
Yeah, since Bardyrn and her new dragon friend are literally watching the whole front. So
Okay. Does your the dragon that you just summoned, does he just take his turn on your initiative?
he does, yeah.
Okay.
And does he get anything else? Let me see. Let me see here. Cold immunities, condition immunities, sense languages, the shared resistance. Oh, holy shit! And Hisa has a resistance to radiant too now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's nice.
Does it look like it took damage?
It looks mildly annoyed at what just happened.
Okay.
Okay. Hesa, was that the end of your turn?
Yep.
The dragon is now going to take his turn.
Oh no.
Dragon in the way.
The dragon, you see him use some movement as he slowly climbs down the wall and perches himself down on the floor, standing upright in front of you. Bardyrn, as it looks at you, kind of squints his eyes. He comes down really quickly with a bite attack.
Hey,
For sure.
First, it says that your stream is paused, so there's no music happening, just FYI.
Yeah, true.
What?
It says Clarissa has minimized their application to type. There we go.
Yeah, it's because I
There we go.
I was like, I feel like we're missing something.
Does a... Hold up. Oh god, what did I just roll? Does a 33 hit?
Easily.
Easily.
I'm not Raiden.
Oh my
Jeez.
god.
I'm not Raiden with 48 AC. I've got 23. That fucking annihilates me.
As he quickly comes down and you feel the piercing of, god damn it, I fucking ADHD too. Okay. As you feel his teeth just kind of pierce into through your armor. You are going
Yeah.
to take
I'd say with that hit, he's definitely biting on his head.
you're going to take fucking math.
It's not much
28
damage.
piercing damage.
Okay. That's a lot of fucking damage.
And it's actually going to rear back and just kind of look at you. And as he breathes, you hear back in Draconic. Thought you would have learned this by now.
Yeah, I'd say as he reared back, he actually ripped my helmet off. So for the first time, everybody can see Bardyrn's face. He's got brown hair with some purple eyes, a shortcut beard, maybe like an inch long, and he's just got tears rolling down his face as he just says back in common, "Came back to kill the rest of us, huh? My family wasn't enough, you bitch."
We see the dragon just kind of chuckle.
Bardyrn's just, ah!
It's going to... He's actually going to end his turn there as he kind of gets down a little bit closer to the ground and you can see his body start to glow. And he will end his turn there. Ren, you are next. And then Bardyrn, you are on deck.
Sorry, the voices are deliberating.
No, go ahead.
So Ren's gonna look at this solar dragon and just yell, "Oi, Pikey, we gonna wet ya!" and cast intimidating presence. It needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
See what his wisdom is.
We're gonna try.
He rolled a... What's the DC?
15.
Oh yeah, that was a dirty 20.
Darn it. Big sad.
Well, upon hearing Bardyrn's rage at this dragon and seeing the helmet ripped off and the tears streaming down his face, the small child voice comes out and just kind of looks at him and tilts their head and then looks at the dragon and shrieks as they go into a rage and go running towards it to do whatever damage they can.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Ren's gonna get as close as possible as the tiny child just screams full force. I
Okay.
don't know how close that would be. What is our... You got 50 movement, so however close that gets us.
You have 50 movement?
Yes.
If you wanted to, you could go stand on top of his front claws.
Ren's gonna do it.
Oh gods. Perfect. My next turn will be prime AoE time.
If they could, they probably would try and break it as they're coming with the sword carrying the shield in their other hand.
Okay. Are you going to attempt to attack it?
We only had one action and the intimidating presence used it, so
Okay.
I don't think we can.
Okay. So are you going to just end your turn standing on top of this dragon's foot?
Yep.
Okay. Seeing your little auto gnome companion run and just hop up on top of the dragon's front claws, Bardyrn, you are up, and Ahti, you are on deck.
Okay, Bardyrn's gonna run up to the dragon, basically where Ren is, and you said it lowered down, right?
It did. He's kind of like hunched down onto the ground, and you can see that he's glowing. It kind of looks like he's starting to charge something up.
And so I could get to his joint, basically.
Oh yeah.
So
how much
he's
is your
gonna
movement?
just 30 feet.
Oh yeah, I definitely say you could get there in all your movement.
So he's gonna get to like the armpit of its front leg and just start hacking at its tendon.
Okay. Because it's hunched down and concentrating on whatever it is it's doing, go ahead and make that attack at advantage.
Hell yeah. That's a 28 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
That's 13 damage total. I'm gonna just keep attacking him.
Okay.
Are they all at advantage?
Yes, he's still concentrating.
15 to hit. I'm sure it doesn't hit.
Yeah, 15 unfortunately does not.
Damn, a 15 again.
Womp womp.
I'm gonna action surge.
Okay.
Does a 20 hit?
It does.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll the rest of my attack rolls. 17,
17 does not.
25.
25 does.
Okay. That's 22 damage for the 2 hits.
As you make those hits into the tendons of this dragon's arm, it doesn't seem to pay a whole lot of attention to it. It still seems to be concentrating very well on what it's doing.
Okay. I'm gonna have it make a wisdom saving throw for goading attack.
Oh my god. Oh.
It takes an extra 8 damage.
So it rolled a 22.
Okay, it succeeds, but still takes the damage.
How much damage was that?
Just 8 more, and then that's my turn.
Alright. Ahti, you are up. Zuki, you are on deck.
T is going to try and maintain whatever distance he can with the confines of the cave off to the side. Kind of like trying to spread out so that if a breath attack does happen, that it trying to mitigate how many people are going to get hit by it, sort of thing. And gonna target one of the eyes with his short bow.
Okay.
A dirty 20.
That hits.
And with Bardyrn and Ren up there, sneak attack will get applied. So 9 piercing plus an additional 25. So 34 total.
How does it look as you hit this dragon in the eye?
I assume because it's concentrating, that it's kind of like not even really realizing that anybody else is here. And it's kind of like, you guys seen, it was the animated film like Justice League, where it's Darkseid's literally like showing up, and they decide to take out his Omega beams. They're like throwing swords and shit, so it like pierces his eye, and then you see like the blood start like dribbling down.
Yeah, exactly. As it hits the eye, it's almost amazing that the dragon doesn't even like flinch. It doesn't even acknowledge this as you see the blood start to pour out from that eye socket.
And I think that will be it for Ahti. I don't. Yep, that is it for me.
Okay. Zuki, you're up, and then Hesa, we're at the top of the round with you.
Okay, after seeing Ati's good shot and stuff with the eye, and seeing that the dragon doesn't flinch or kind of do anything, I'm gonna kind of follow suit and let's shoot the other eyes. Something's gotta irritate it. It's like, let's try that.
Okay.
17 to hit.
17 just barely misses.
Dang.
It's almost like you let that shot go, and as it flies, you hit the side of the dragon's face, and that arrow just kind of bounces off of its scales.
Oops. Yeah. I would use as much movement as I can to also go kind of to pretty much get away from the dragon in the opposite corner from Ahti. Kind of spread out more too. So we're all grouped up.
Okay.
And that would be my turn.
All right. Hesa, we're at the top of the round with you.
I won't parry HP. I'm kidding. Asa's gonna see when she sees Bardyrn cry and what he screamed. Kind of feels like that. Her heart hurts seeing like Bardyrn hurt, and she just kind of screams out in her little tiny cat voice, "Leave my friend alone!" As she's gonna use her last tier 5 spell. She's gonna use Snap Static on him.
Okay.
He needs to do an intelligence 15 check.
Disadvantage. He rolled a 14, Hesa.
Yes. She just puts her 2 fingers to her head as she shoots a bright purple beam from the jewel between her on her forehead. He takes 33 psychic damage,
Holy shit.
and for 1 minute, all of his thoughts are very muddled. During that time, you need to roll 1d6 and subtract that number from all of his attack rolls and ability checks, as well as any of its saving throws. And then the dragon, after he gets hit in the head with that psychic beam, it's going to use it's going to do a multi-attack on the dragon, and it's basically going to do two half the spells level rounded down. Nice. So 3. I'm going to do 3 rending attacks on him. Your spell attack modifier to hit each. So how does that work? Let's see.
You said that the dragon had to roll a d6 and then minus that number from any rolls?
Any saves, any attacks, all of it.
Unless
He-
it
he-
succeeds a save to break out of it at the end of its turn.
Yep.
He rolled a 6, by the way.
So you have to minus 6 from like all of his rolls.
Yep, I've taken note of that.
Let me see here. Hit. Okay. So that's 7 plus. Here, I want to second. And this work. So 6 plus 4 is 11. Plus the spells, and plus the spell's level piercing damage. What? Sorry, 1 second. Melee weapon attack, your spell attack modifier to hit. Okay, is there a Sometimes they make these summons kind of difficult. Okay, so what I'll do is basically I'll roll my own unarmed strike. Okay. 18 plus my spell modifier. 13. So that was. Sorry, 1 second. 18 plus 7. That's gonna be
It hits, if you're wondering.
Oh, okay, cool. Sorry. Okay. And the damage it will do is going to be. Well, actually, let me just roll all the hits. It will do 3 of them.
Okay.
One was a nat 1, so that doesn't happen. That's 9 plus 7. 16 hit.
It does not.
Okay, so just one of them hits. So that's all right. Okay. So, iconic. Go down. So it does 9 damage plus my 7 again. So that's 16 damage. And and that's piercing damage. Cool. And I end my turn.
Okay. The dragon, as it takes its turn, it rears its head up and backwards as it takes a very large breath inward and unleashes a solar breath attack. I need. What?
I was just making a Dragon Ball Z joke.
Oh. I need everybody except for Bardyrn and Ren, because you guys are technically behind on the opposite side of this attack, to make a it doesn't say what the crap. Hang on.
Who's it centered on? Because I think Zuki and I took opposite sides around the cave.
So it
Try and create separation.
This attack specifically envelops a 120-foot
God damn.
line going in front of him.
So
This-
how wide is it then? If it's 120 feet long.
I'm actually trying to figure that out now, because this stat block that I'm looking at doesn't tell me.
So I'm looking at a stat block. It's a 40-foot radius sphere centered on that point. If you're doing the breath, was it the breath?
Yeah, the solar breath.
Yeah. The dragon exhales a flashing amount of radiant energy that travels to a point the dragon can see 240 feet of it from itself. Then it blossoms into a 40-foot radius sphere centered on that point. It's a Constitution save. Or take a fuck ton of damage.
What website are you looking at? Because the one that I'm looking at doesn't have that information.
So the Solar Dragon's from Spelljammer. It's one of the books, so you might not see it.
Okay. I wonder if I can just spell that. Oh, hey, look. Maybe I can. Let's see here. Okay, so
I just
kinda
sent you a
like-
link if you needed it. It's like
Yes, no,
halfway down the page.
Actually, I think that's the one. I think that's the one I'm looking at right now. Okay, yeah, no, I like this. I am going to ignore that part though, and just because I'm DM, and that's kind of how the imagine that I had for the attack is that because they're technically behind it, like underneath the dragon. It's not going to affect Bardyrn or Ren.
Okay.
So everybody else needs to make a con save.
All right.
How dare you? What's the DC?
If this one's accurate, it says 21, but I'm not going to make it that high.
Okay, I was like,
Yeah, the cannon's 23, which is even higher.
oh fuck, I got a 3.
14 for
I got an
Ahti.
out 1.
Oh no, Haza!
Hazel's about to get some karma thrown back at her.
An aggression. Like,
Oh shit.
Stupid.
Well, and then you need to make another con save for your concentration on the dragon spell.
Yeah. 18.
Oh,
So at least that worked.
oh no, oh no.
I would have sucked people off that dragon.
Okay, so
Yeah, pretty much.
Ahti and Hesa, you both failed. I'm going to use. Hang on.
So bad for Haas. She's riding him.
yeah, did the dog just die?
Don't you dare.
I mean, it's not like it's a leveled up dog. This is a
Yeah.
dog taking a dragon blast. Dog just goes.
Oh my god. 1 second. Oh my god.
Those
Oh my god, he got a 3 too. No!
those who failed take 26 radiant damage.
Oh.
What causes health points?
So Hasa's on the ground and Haas is Ash. DM.
Like on
Oh,
the
damn.
like you're
He's
down.
dead.
We don't have to lose him. Like, let's say the genie pops out and it's just like, nope, and pulls him into your lamp.
Thank God.
Poor Haas. That would have been so scary. He would have been obliterated, you know? Like,
Dogs are too pure to die by dragon's breath.
Yeah, even the
and-
gods protect the dog.
Yeah, I can't allow the dog to die.
But
fucking Bardyrn just sees a genie come out of the lamp and is on his thing. He's like, what the fuck? And it's like, not the dog.
Yeah, it's like no.
but Hesa, were you saying you went down, like down?
How much damage was it again?
23,
26.
I think. I'm 26.
No, I'm doing fine.
Okay.
Well, I'm not fine. I'm burnt as fuck. Like,
Well,
my
you're
biscuits
half,
are
right?
gone.
Because you have the
Yeah.
They
resistance.
Toasted hat now.
Yeah, like her clothes are almost all singed off, so she's like a clothesless cat. Which, by God,
Ahti, holy shit, you're almost dead.
Yeah, I'm playing. That's why I tried to do the positioning. So I was hoping that I was out of range based off of positioning, but
Holy hell, you almost died.
If it
yeah.
makes you feel better, he can't do that attack again for a while.
Well, we better hurry up.
Don't you worry, bud. We about to fuck up some tootsies.
Poor hot.
After the dragon releases its solar breath attack, and it kind of brings its head back up, and all of you can hear in common as it just chuckles. And it's going to end its turn there.
Quick question.
Yes.
So my dragon passed the check. My dragon is already resistant to it, and it passed it. So did it just take 0 damage?
Yeah.
The dragon's just sitting there looking
Oh
at
yeah,
him.
you're resistant to it, so you take half.
Oh shit, I am.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. You should have only
Oh,
taken
thank God.
13.
Thank the gods. Okay, cool.
She's alive.
So her clothes are fine. She's just a little singed. A little singed, little smoke.
The dragon is going to end its turn there. Ren, you are up. Bardyrn, you are on deck.
Hell yeah.
Ren, still just absolutely furious at this dragon, holding onto its leg as it did the breath attack to kind of stabilize themselves, throwing down the shield and picks up their second sword, their scimitar. So they have a rapier in one hand, a scimitar in the other.
You have
And they look-
two-handed fighting.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
And Ren, just still in this furious, like, huffing and puffing in the tiny voice, just a big, angry, brings the sword down on the dragon's claw knuckle bone to try and cut off one of its claws.
Hell
Ouch.
yeah. Declaw that bitch.
Yeah, go ahead and make a roll.
And I got 3 of these, so I'll roll them just to see, like, what we get for each one, in case there is a nat 20, because if we can take a toe off, that's the goal. But, yeah.
Ren, whack his PP.
But
I
we
know,
have
whack
it's
his
a little weird because to get bonus damage, we want to roll with strength, and right now, I think it's calculating our math with dexterity, so we're going to roll a base d20 and add. Well, we're going to roll it as normal, but it would be -1 because our strength stat is 1 point lower. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Oh, sweet!
Hell yeah.
Nat 20.
Fuck yes. Get it?
Critical damage. That hits.
Sweet. So, we'll roll all the attacks first, I think. So, we'll do a second attack with the scimitar. Oh, that one was a... So, definitely not, I think.
That one does not.
And then...
Oh wait, you're a fucking barbarian. Brutal critical, my guy.
Yes.
Reckless attack his ass. Get advantage, me man.
Hell yeah.
And then with the 2-weapon fighting, we're gonna do another attack with our offhand, which would still be the scimitar. Isn't it?
Reckless attack. Reckless attack. Reckless
Just
attack.
now looking at the gifs in the fucking chat. I like the one with the Looney Tunes monster running through the wall like Bardyrn.
Yes.
We're doing the
Okay.
attack with the rapier. Sorry, figuring stuff out.
It must be hard when you have like 80 voices in your head.
I know, right?
But that one was another 10, so I don't think that one hits either. So just
yes.
the max.
I don't
damage.
mean it in a negative way, but you know you can do reckless attack, correct? You,
It's been a-
yeah. As a barbarian, you can do a reckless attack where you can gain advantage on any attack, but the enemy gains advantage on you as well.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes it more likely for you to get crits because a lot of your damage is off of crit.
I completely spaced that. Not gonna lie, sorry.
You're good.
Yeah,
I just wanted to make sure you knew.
I appreciate it. We'll use it next round. We've already rolled
Oh,
it the way we
snap.
did, so we'll. I don't
Yeah.
want to go back on that unless
Respectable.
Clarissa will allow it. But no.
Yeah, I'll allow it. This is a fucking dragon. I'll allow it.
In that case, can we re-roll the scimitar and second rapier attack? Not
I mean, yeah. I mean that. Oh, and the second rapier. Yeah, go ahead and do that. What, cat?
Yeah, bitch.
Here we go.
Yeah.
That's 25 for that one.
Aw, snap. A barbarian is barbarian and
And then that one's an 18.
All of those hit.
that's what I'm talking about.
Hell yeah.
Is that what I heard?
Yeah, all hit.
All of those hit.
Beat the shit out of him.
Hell yeah.
Give him
Alright,
that 1-2
so-
to do.
Sorry, I'm trying to do mental math because D&D Beyond is weird. It doesn't apply the strength attacks for whatever the strength bonuses with raging for whatever reason. So,
Yeah, I wish it would.
8 plus
Ooh, I can't wait. I'm gonna fuck this dragon up now that his mind is all muddled
So,
up.
the crit damage is going to be 15. What is that? What symbol is that? Pierce?
yeah.
Pierce. 15 piercing damage. And then roll that. 12 or another 12 piercing damage. And 11 slashing.
And if one toe comes off, Ren is going to continue on to the next one to try and declaw the beast.
Yeah, how do you take this toe off? That toe's gone.
Ren is going to flip their rapier upside down and drop down, like bringing their full body weight down onto the first toe, piercing it clean through, blade going all the way down to back to the cave floor.
Right in the knuckle.
Mm-hmm. So everything just kind of separates and it falls to the ground.
Man,
And they
you
pick their rapier back up and go right to the next one to stab it as well.
And after you do that, like the dragon, like, you know, it's like stepping on a thorn. Like you're like, ah, as it comes up and it shouts and roars as it. This one obviously hurt. You just took off a fucking toe. All right, Ren. Anything else you're doing?
No, I don't think so. I think we're getting ready to take off another toe.
Man, you can make some badass spears with those claws.
Oh, I bet.
Okay, Bardyrn, you are up. Ahti, you're on deck.
So, when I hit him before, did it kind of slash some of the scales open in his armpit region?
You can kind of, it doesn't, like, you can kind of see, like, maybe there might be more, like, a millimeter more of a gap between one or two, but they don't look super affected.
Okay, he's just gonna keep hitting the same spot, and my basic idea is I'm trying to, like, lacerate open part of his, like, chest cavity.
Okay.
Between the ribs.
Ooh. Just get inside his lungs and then start just farting.
That's actually what my plan is as it opens, Barton's gonna just start walking in. And just keep digging his way towards the heart. Just slashing open his lungs and then walking through them.
Never heard someone voluntarily trying to come into a dragon. I need to
Yeah, 20.
Damn.
That hits
And
hard.
a dirty 20.
Both hit.
We just do max damage, right? Not double the dice?
Yeah, just max.
Okay. So I do 12 damage for the non-nat, and then I do 18, 20, 23 for the crit, both in the same spot.
You can, as you're hacking away at this dragon's armpit, you can see that you're starting to knock scales off of it.
Okay, yeah, and he's just gonna keep trying to move his way into this thing. And I'm gonna do a bonus action attack since I landed a critical. Does a 18 hit?
Yes.
That's 10 more damage in the wounded spot.
Now that
He just
you're
keeps
able
hitting
to,
the same spot.
and now that you're able to, like, get underneath the scales, the dragon's really feeling this as it, like, it sees you doing this, and it, you know, it kind of comes down to attempt to nip at you, but it can't quite reach you. You're out of reach for its long neck as you're just hacking away at it.
I'm gonna make it another wisdom save for goading attack.
Its mind's fucked up. No, its innards are getting fucked up.
Oh
Yeah.
What was that roll? It rolled a 9.
Okay, so it has disadvantage on attacking anybody from me. So basically, it's a goading attack. So I've like taunted it onto myself. Is kind of how it looks. And clearly, it already did that because I'm nailing into it as I hit it, and I just kind of slice it one more time, dealing 7 damage. That's my turn.
You can hear as you're hacking away at the dragon as it just roars in pain.
Like, Bardyrn's not even saying anything. He's just screaming like a fucking barbarian, just smacking into it over and over at the same spot. Tears just streaming down his face.
Alright, Bardyrn, is that where you're ending at?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Ahti, you're up. Suki, you are next.
All right. Ahti trying to kind of dust himself off. Will kind of zero in and aim for the other eye with his short bow there. 17 to hit.
Just barely misses.
Alrighty, that is Ahti's turn.
Alright, Zuki, you're up. Okay, so you're on deck at the top of the round.
Suki's gonna try for the nose. Specifically, try to get to like one of the nostrils.
Ah, you're gonna do a Harry Potter?
Yup.
Oh.
Figured and stuff. Shoot the eye, all that stuff. It reacted with a toe getting ripped off. We'll go for a nose. Dirty 20.
That hits.
Yeah.
Like, as that arrow's flying through the air and it's like whipping its head around, screaming in pain from losing a toe and having Bardyrn hack away at its armpit, as like its head just comes down, it's just like perfect timing, perfect angle, and that arrow just smacks it right into the nostril.
We're gonna do that with also sneak attack damage.
They're like a virus that's eating away at a body.
Right.
Are we COVID?
I mean, I am trying to get into its lungs, so basically.
Well, what's that famous line? Do a murder. Do a murder!
So 20
my
total
God.
damage.
The dragon reacts to this with even more just roars of pain, as now it just got a arrow lobotomy. I guess that wouldn't be a lobotomy, but
I got a piercing like you, but with an arrow.
right, right.
It's like, inhale that.
You fucking piece of shit.
Right.
Dunk, 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 dunk,
And
dunk,
then
dunk.
ends my turn.
All right, Hesa, you are next. The dragon is on deck.
Hesa goes, I'm glad your mind is all muddled. I'm about to drill through it. Winks at the camera. She's gonna do a psychic lance at him. He needs to do an intelligence saving throw of 15.
That would be a 16.
Is that with the -6?
That would be a 9.
Bitch! She makes a small little psychic purple lance in front of her forehead that's spinning rapidly as she shoots it straight at his fucking head. And that will be...
Oh, I thought that was only on con saves and not the other saves.
I was under the impression it was for any save.
The -6 comes from the synaptic static. I thought it was just con saves. It's like all ability score or all ability checks, but not all of the saves.
Let me take a look. What was the spell again?
Synaptic static, I think, right, Dre?
After a failed save, a target has muddled thoughts for 1 minute. During that time, it rolls a d6 and subtracts that number roll from all its attack rolls and ability checks, as well as its Constitution saving throw to maintain concentration. The target can make an intelligence saving throw at the end of each of its turns to end the effect on itself on a success. That's what I'm reading.
All ability checks as well as its Constitution saving things. Yeah, so I think it only
Yeah.
affects the con saves.
You know, honestly, you'd think it would be like intelligence or wisdom because it's stacking to mine. But that's me.
I'm gonna just say that it rolled a 15, then it still failed, just because like I have something planned for this, so I kind of want you guys to hack away at this thing.
I have so much fucking health.
Does a 22 hit?
Yes,
Yes,
definitely.
Damn it,
Aw,
dragon,
snap.
the dragon keeps getting just 1 hit out of 3 each time. And it does. So 1 attack hits with its rend ability, and it's going to be 7 damage plus 7, so that'll be 14 damage from the dragon's claws.
14 damage total.
Yeah, and it's gonna slam its claw right into its eye.
So you're gonna take out the other eye.
Yep.
And it, as like you see the dragon hit the other one, and as it makes that like slash with its claws, it just digs deep into the eye, gashing it open.
And we'll end our turn there.
Okay. The dragon. Hold up. I want to see if I can make this. Dragon's going to take a legendary action and use wing attack.
Oh shit.
Oh
Each
no.
creature within 15 feet of the dragon must succeed a dexterity saving throw, DC 23.
Oh. I don't think Ren can. Well. Oh wait. Oh.
Actually, I think currently that's just Ren and Bardyrn. Because both
Wait,
Ren and
what's
Bardyrn
happening?
had
Sorry.
to use about 30 feet of movement to get to him. Everybody within a 15-foot radius of the dragon must make a dexterity saving throw.
Gotcha.
I am not. But my dragon
Oh
is.
yeah, I'm like right underneath that thing.
Okay.
17.
Wait, is it a male dragon or a female dragon?
At this point, you can't really tell.
If it's a male dragon, we should go
If
for the
it-
ball.
Is
If
it a
it-
female dragon? I'm actually wondering, since I could hear it speak Draconic, did it sound female?
It sounded male to you.
Ah.
My dragon God, my saving throws are bad right now. My dragon got a 5 on his dexterity check.
Okay. Everybody, hold on. Jeez. Where's my dice? So, everybody who failed, including the dragon, is going to take 12 points of bludgeoning damage. And as it does this, the dragon is going to use its wings to lift itself off the ground and perch itself back on the side of the cave wall.
Did I pass with a 17 or no?
It was a DC 23.
Oh, okay. So it was how much damage?
12.
12. Okay. Can I make an opportunity attack since it's leaving my area?
I don't know if you can because the attack specifically says the dragon can then fly up to half its flying speed while making the attack. Because it's like
Let's just using my
its
reaction too.
wings. We'll say you can try.
Okay. Pulling a page out of Bardyrn's book. Oh wait, I am Bardyrn. Can I grab onto it with my opportunity attack? Basically going for a grapple, but just grabbing onto it because it's so damn huge.
Yes, but it's going to contest it.
Okay.
Ren, if you didn't remember, since you're raging, that was only half damage for you.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I did not catch how much damage that was, and I was gonna ask what type.
It was bludgeoning.
Bludgeoning for 12, so there's only 6 for you.
Oh, sweet.
That's an 11.
And then if we're allowed the same grace, we're not gonna grapple or anything. We're just gonna take an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, you can take an attack of opportunity. Bardyrn, you unfortunately weren't able to grab on. As it felt you try to grab hold, it was able to shake you off. It rolled a 22.
Gotcha.
Wait, did Bardyrn stick with it or get shaken off?
I got shooken off.
Does a 20 hit?
Yes.
Dirty 20.
Yes.
Pull it up.
We used the strength for the rapier again, but we also added our build for success that comes from our auto gnome, just for clarification. So we
Okay.
got 20 that way.
That's cool. What's your damage?
Okay,
13 pierce.
As you make that damage, as it's flying away, you hear it shriek at you with its loud dragon noises. I'm not good at making noises, so I'm not even going to attempt.
Ren shrieks back. Don't come back, you bastard!
You see the dragon land on the wall. As it turns its head towards you, with its eyes both wide closed. That doesn't make sense. With its eyes closed, as it says back in Draconic, "This isn't over, Bardyrn. I will be back."
Far from it, bitch!
Kick your ass!
As you see the dragon quickly slither its way up the wall and back out the hole that it came, shrieking its dragon noises the entire way through.
Ren returns to where the claw was left behind and picks it up. waddling back over to Bardyrn, looking up at him, and then holds it out to him. For you.
I appreciate it. Bardyrn was gonna take it and sulk off. He kind of just stabs his sword into it to let it absorb the dragon's power.
That's cool.
Does it do anything?
How would I have you roll for that?
Yeah, because I have the dragon's wrath weapon. Whenever it stirs, like whenever it's used on a dragon or put in its hoard, it absorbs its power. So, and it can level up over time.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah, I would definitely like say the sword's able to absorb some solar power then.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of cool. Maybe I'll get with you and we can kind of work on what you want it to do, because I kind of like, that's cool. I want that to do something.
Well, yeah. It right now it's at its rare level. It can either go up to an awakened sword or an ascendant.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I already have its stat block.
Okay. What do those two do?
So if it goes up to the next level, the awakened weapon has the slumbering property, which is the I can, if I roll a 20 on an attack with this weapon, each creature of your choice within 5 feet takes 5 damage of the weapon's type, which is force. And then I have it's stirring right now. The stirring weapon has that property, and then in addition, it's a +1 weapon, and on hit deals an extra 1d6 damage of the dragon's breath weapon, which the dragon it came from is the force dragon, so it's a force attack. And then if it goes to awaken, which is the next level, it has the previous two properties, but it now becomes a +2 weapon and deals an 2d6 instead of 1d6 for the breath weapon.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then in its final form, I can literally have it release a dragon's breath attack out of it.
That's fucking badass. Holy shit. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, a lot of the newer books. Sorry to sidetrack and get out of the campaign, but a lot of the newer books have new magic items that actually will level with with your character, which I thought is so cool of an idea.
Okay, so so when you level up, it levels up with you?
Well, no, this one technically you have to steep it in a dragon's essence, so it can either be its horde, it's the dragon itself, something draconic.
Okay.
The thingy was just enough.
Yeah, I was like, this is the whole ass ancient dragon's finger.
Yeah, you're absorbing some power from that dragon. That's cool.
Hell yeah.
Okay. All in all, though, I think this is probably a good place to end tonight, because I don't really have anything planned after this.